Hello everyone, this is Raj, and I hope you all are doing well. And in this video, I'm going to discuss about TDD, that is test-driven development. So let me introduce first TDD. What is TDD and why do we use it and where is it used? So TDD is nothing but test-driven development. So whoever is working on backend side, so they are basically working on APIs, application programming interface. So before coding it, before making the code of API, or before testing it, or I can say that before coding, making the APIs, first we have to think about that what will be the edge cases, what will be the test cases for that. If suppose I'm making, let's take example that suppose I'm making API, post API, right? So in that post API, suppose I try to put or try to post any invalid data. So how that API will handle that? And suppose if I try to do some indentation error, or can say that, or any special characters if I use that. So how that API will handle that? So before making the code, we have to think about the test cases, right? So this is about TDD, test driven development. Before going to the code, we have to test that. We have to think about the test cases. What will be the test cases of that? And then we have to make the API, right? So there, on the basis of that, I make a application, smart application. I try to make some APIs, and I'm going to discuss about that as well. So let's go with that API. Let's check the API. How is it working? So I'm going to share my screen now. And okay, okay. So let me first test my API. So is it all the test cases are running well or not? We'll check that. Yeah. So it's giving us that okay, all the test cases are fine and running well. Okay, and let me once again run the server. Just close it, run it again. Yeah. So my server is also running. Now let's check one by one how this is working. So this is weather app test. I'm going to test this. I'm going to tell about little bit about just one API, which is this API, because all are similar to it, and you'll get the idea that how if this is working, so how those will be working, right? So I'm going to explain this whole with each and every test cases, and those will another will be similar to that, and I'm going to just tell about little bit about that. So let's check that. So suppose if I try to find it out, the so data we have as weather data. I'm going to just store it. If I'm trying to make any post method, so I will be storing in the dictionary. Okay. So now inside that data we have that particular city's temperature, weather. So we are going to get the data regarding that. Okay. So now here, first API, which is over here. So let's take the weather of any city which is present in our uh, dictionary. Let's check that. Uh, is it not giving the error? It's saying that Austin is not found. Okay, so what we are doing over here is get, we are trying to hit wrong API, right? So API is this. So first of all, I have to do this, and then this. Now let's see that it's giving the temperature. Uh, Now let's see the test cases. So this was the first test case that if I try to head the valid city weather, so it will give the proper response. Okay. Now another test case is test invalid city weather. Suppose the city which I want, which is not present in our database. So let's take for Nagpur. It will give the error that city is not present over here, or the status code as 401, because in the test cases what we have written is if I found that invalid city, so it will give the status code as 404 as an error code, and it will not move forward. Okay. So now the second test case, which is test missing city, missing the city. Now, what is it is, suppose if I try to uh, get the city which is uh, missing. I think both are the same, right? Both are the same thing, which is invalid city whether or test missing city means the same. So let's move with this, because I think Miami is present in my database, so it will give. I think no. So yeah, so both are the same. Both these both are the same. Test invalid city weather and test missing city. And the second is test multiple cities names. Suppose if I try to give multiple city names like this with the spaces we are giving, how is it checking it? It giving the which is present over here. Now, suppose let's take for another. Suppose I have taken care of test invalid special characters. Suppose if I use any special characters, any let's take with this, like this. So it will not give the time. Anyway, it will not give anything, which is we are using any test cases. So let's like send like with this. Let's put San Francisco, and if I put over here, so it should not give the error because we are using special character over here. So I have taken care of that as well. And so this is one the API which I make and try to think about the test cases which can be there. And similar to that, I also try to make one more thing, which is weather API test. So I try to make other APIs as well, like getting the data of all the city. Okay. Uh, okay. Now suppose let's take it for post. Let's one more thing, which is post. And this. Mm, this is post, and let's post the data. Okay, so URL for that will be whether this is there, and this will be this. Let's take on Nagpur. Its post, is it running right now? The test cases for that is if I try to miss this city, it should give me error, right? It's giving me error. And if I try to give any temperature pointers, it should work. Still it's not working, right? Still it's not working. So this is also that. And hot, if I try to put this, so still it's giving me error. Now suppose let's put it hot. Still it's not giving the error. Still it's giving the error. Why? Because we have already put this Mumbai hot. So it's giving now. So this is how the test cases are created, and I have taken care of the test cases as well. It's nothing but that before creating the APIs, we have to think that what the user will require, how the user can misuse this. Suppose in terms of user, that how the user can misuse it, and how we will handle that particular thing. So this is about the TDD. So thank you.